I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See them superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, along with the super duper co-host, Mrs. Dana Dayne. Yeah, we in the building.
What's up, y'all? Good to be here. Good. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. We got an amazing guest today. We're not even going to get on him yet, but I'll just give you a hint. BJ Paige.
BJ Paige.
We all won. Hashtag we all won.
Boys to Bowties.
That's right.
So before we get to that, I have to definitely send my condolences out to Ryan Rue. My homeboy lost his mother on my way over here. She passed away from stage 4 cancer. Man, this cancer thing tough. So I definitely wanted to dedicate the show to him. Hold your head up, bro. It'll get better. I know it's tough. So on to the show. Spotlight News. We're going to make it quick because we got a big show today. Spotlight News. Hazel E. and also Johnny Blaze. You ever watch... Spotlight. I mean, I'm sorry.
You about to say Spotlight Over the City.
You ever watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood?
No.
You don't get into that. Well, I be into the writing the show thing, so I have to pay attention to what's going on. Well, Hazel E is one of the people. It's not a big deal. It's not even worth newsworthy. I just wanted to touch on that for the Love and Hip Hop community that love that. They didn't make it this season. They got booted off. And you can go to Johnny Blaze's page, and she talked some undercover stuff about what's going on behind the scenes that wasn't supposed to be out. But everybody.
So he did that because he got booted off the show.
It's a girl, actually. Johnny Blaze is a female.
I thought it was a dude.
I know, right? Everybody say that when it's Johnny.
So she did that because she got put off the show.
She got put off the show.
Now
and,
she gonna spill
now
all the
she's
tea.
Salty. So you know when you already involved in the show, you know the stuff that people don't know in the public. So she went on in. I think they took it down. But anyway, on to the next. My man Michael Rappaport. That's my favorite white boy in the world. You hear me? When I say he should be the president, I love this dude, man. He is hilarious, but he's really conscious. And he's woke, and I love him. He has a book out. What's the name of Michael Rapp? You know it's going to be crazy. This is the name of his book. This book has balls.
This book has balls. That's the name of the book.
What
is the book about?
You guys. Well, Michael Rappaport, if you haven't heard of him, he's the actor, and I can't really remember some of the stuff he played in, but he's also kind of comedic. And he's really crazy, right? He says crazy stuff.
Yeah, name the book.
But the book is going to talk about different subjects, all around, like the president and this and all this different stuff, and he makes humor of it, but he shines light on it and gives his opinion. It's really just that type of book. But I just like to shout him out because I rock with him tough, and he has a book out, and I'm an author, and I support authors. So go get that book, Michael Rappaport. If you don't know who he is, go on Instagram and check him out. You're gonna just hold on to your seat. You're gonna die laughing. Anyway, on to the next. Man. The church shooting. Okay, I'm out of order. The Kardashians get $150 million for 5 seasons.
And I'm not mad at them.
I'm not either.
I'm not.
Shout out to Kris Jenner.
She is a
Kris Kardashian.
true boss.
When I say the epitome of a boss.
Yeah, she is.
She has made every except lazy ass Rob. Every Kardashian is a millionaire plus.
Well, Rob's a millionaire, but he's in low millions. Remember last time we were on the show, we were talking about him. I think his net worth was like something like $6 million or something like that. It was something. He's a millionaire. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like it was very low compared to his sisters and his mom, of course.
Well, that's very high based on what I thought. Because
yeah, it was like $6
million.
All
I saw him do was produce the sock
It was
deal.
low. It was one number. I know that. It wasn't a 10.
It wasn't a big.
It wasn't a 10. I know it was a single number.
500,000.
No, it was a million, but it was a 1 million. It was one number.
Man, I got some sad news. Oh, man, I don't even know what to do about this. Well, anyway, let's show the Kardashian video real quick. I'm sorry, I skipped that. We'll be right back. Spotlight.
Just signed a huge new TV deal, and Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney are bringing home most of the dough. Hey guys, it's Brad. Yesterday it was reported that the Kardashian family signed a $150 million TV deal with E! Network to continue their Kardashian brand. We've broken down the contract a little bit, and our sources say it's expected Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney will take home about 50 to 60% of that cash. Of course, then there's Kris Jenner, who will take home her $15 million for a manager's fee, and it's kind of a trickle effect from there on, with Kylie bringing home some money for her own series, Kendall for appearances, and Rob as well. However, we're told that the younger Kardashians, those born and soon to be born, aren't necessarily part of the $150 million deal, but they'll get their cut if they make appearances on the show. It's worth mentioning the deal is for 5 cycles, which will run through about 2019, which means you've got at least 5 new seasons of the show. This deal, of course, still leaves the door open to more spin-offs, specials, and who knows, maybe the kids will get their own deal too.
All right. Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City. Man, I have to say shout out to them because this young lady has built a brand that's, I've never seen a reality show. They say this is the largest payout for a reality show, but I've never seen a reality show that produces so much in one family. So I have to say again, shout out to Kris.
I mean, Kim, Kris did something for each and every one of them. She made each one of them a brand. That's what she did. She made them a brand. It wasn't like the whole family together. They are just out of this world financially, but Kris made each one of them a brand in their own right, and she did a damn good job.
She did an amazing job, so shout out to her. On to the next. My man, Colin Kaepernick, you know I talk about him a lot. Well, this time it's not controversial. He has a book deal, and they're giving him $1 million for his book. Interesting enough, I was listening to a clip, and the young lady and the young gentleman was talking about it, and they raised some really good points, like what would be in this book? You know what I mean? Like what would you, because you can't write a book about kneeling, right? You can't write I guess you could talk about your career and this and that. So this is what they were saying, and I was like, wow, those are some good points. I would want to know some of those things.
So do we know what's in the book?
We don't. That's why people speculating, but I'm going to show the clip, and I'll be right back. Spotlight.
If Kaepernick writes a memoir, Robin, what details would you want him to tell you about in the book?
You know what really interests me is the possible internal journey he's gone through. From when he initially took this stance, because we know why he took the stance and decided to kneel. But it seems as if he has taken on a bit of a responsibility to be a leading figure. And if you look at some of his comments right after the initial stance, of course, people like to point to the socks and the Castro shirt and, you know, saying he didn't vote, various things like that. I want to know from that point to now if he did a little internal examination and realized, wow, I've become an important figure. I've become someone that people are looking up to or people are listening to. And if that changed his perspective on some things and made him even more of someone to follow in this case.
For me, I want to know what his reaction was when President Trump basically called all players who take a knee SOBs. I'd like to have been a fly on the wall there. I mean, I think like a lot of people, it was probably a bit of shock. But beyond that, I mean, what does it feel like to hear the president calling you out in that way? I also would like to know what happened this offseason. You know, how close did he think he actually did get to signing with a team? What happened with the Seahawks? Did he think that they were bringing him in and talking to him because they actually wanted to potentially give him a backup job, or were they doing it maybe to appease the Michael Bennett's on their team and guys who they know were in great support of Colin Kaepernick? I'd like to know from his vantage point, because he has not spoken publicly about his NFL dealings in the offseason, and I'm just curious about whether teams more reached out, maybe they're just not being public about it, or what he thinks happened and why he's not playing right now.
And was there a moment when he thought, it is for sure I am being colluded against it and being held out of the NFL?
So those were some of the questions, ladies. We're back, Spotlight. Those are some of the questions that I had in my mind, like, okay, is he going to talk about this, and this? Because I was wondering why he didn't ever come out and speak publicly. If you started something this mega, then why would you not speak publicly about your opinion on it?
Maybe all this time he was saving it. Maybe his whole plan was to not speak publicly to make a whole lot of money off of the book and tell everything in the book. That would have been very smart. Maybe that's what he's doing.
Well, maybe that's what. I don't know.
We'll see. But I mean, you would see, and that's what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say, but he would want to tell people what the book is about. But just like you just said, he has not spoken publicly, so everybody's going to buy the book because they want to know what he's talking about. He was smart. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he's
like, y'all knock me out, I'm gonna get my money another way.
Yeah, and I think he'll take the $1 million and dump it on the whole campaign for the kneeling thing. Like he already got money. Yeah, so this guy's just that committed. So
I'm having a power move.
This church shooting is something that was kind of off the beaten path, but I was like, a church shooting? So a young man was in church. This is crazy. The young man's in church. He has a seat. A guy comes up to him and says, you have to move. He says, I'm not moving. This turns into a physical altercation. And I'll let you see what happens next. We'll go to this clip spotlight. We'll be right back.
Robert Braxton was shot and killed attending a church service this past Sunday at Keystone Fellowship Church in Pennsylvania. The 27-year-old was shot by another churchgoer, Mark Storms, who was 46 and claimed self-defense. Witnesses say Braxton started causing a fuss over the seat, and when a church member tapped him on the shoulder to move, he shouted, "Don't blank touch me." Then, an usher and pastor were soon able to calm him down. The situation soon turned violent when gun-toting Storms, holding the weapon in his hand, flashed a concealed weapons permit badge and told Braxton to get out. Witnesses then recall Braxton saying, "What are you going to do, shoot me?" and then punching Storms. Storms then shoots Braxton in the chest and right arm. The gunman was arrested and charged with voluntary manslaughter and reckless endangerment. Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele said there was no reason to ever bring a gun to a crowded church. He added that an average of 250 to 300 people attend that church's Sunday service each week.
Very crazy.
So is that not the craziest thing that you've ever heard? Like,
Yes,
I've heard of
crazy.
shootings in a lot of different places, bowling alleys, movie theaters, restaurants, the whole nine, sadly enough. But
It's
the
happening
church,
any and everywhere
because
now.
of a seat,
That's
in
crazy.
church. Like,
In
come
church.
on, man, this is totally crazy. So I was like, I had to at least let the public hear about that
Yeah,
one.
that's
That was
crazy.
super wild. So on to the show. We got an exciting show for you guys. We got the one and only Mr. Boys the Bow Tie himself, BJ Paige, coming up next to talk about some politicals and some PG County business and the whole nine. And we're going to ask him some personal stuff, too, when we come back. So check out.
And we're going to have him join our hot topic.
Yeah, you want to still do it? We're going to hot topic. We
Yeah,
have enough time for
we
it?
have him
okay,
here.
well, let's make it happen then. So before we go to that, Dana, I wanted to talk a little bit about us in particular. We don't really do this a lot. We normally just talk about the gas and what's going on with them. But we have a little bit of time. So, Dana, what is it that you have going on that the people should know about? Because
so much stuff.
because I know that you're busy. But I want to take time out to put you in the spotlight because we don't just host shows here. We do a lot of other stuff. So let the people know some. Of course, your TV One thing just debuted. When was that?
Monday. It was Monday. Yeah, it was called Thou Shall Not, and I was so happy looking at myself on TV. I was so excited, y'all, because I was like, okay, because I didn't get to see it. My first time seeing it was Monday too, right? So I have to be honest about something. I'm gonna make this quick. So before we left the house, Brian said, "Let me record it." We were at my mom's house, so he went to record it. He said, "Babe, we can look at it now." This is before everybody else, right? So I got a peek at it, and I was like, okay. You know, a lot of times they cut scenes. Like when I was on the ID channel, they cut a lot of scenes.
Okay.
So this time I said, I hope they don't cut all my speaking parts, this, that, and the third. So when I watched it, they had all my parts in there. So I was really happy because I got to really act. It wasn't just a camera on me.
Right.
I was able to show a little something. So I was excited about that. And have some projects in the works. I'm going to be on the upcoming TV series Loyal and Trust, produced and written by Gil and Pam Nelson. I'm going to be hosting the first true crime show based out of the nation's capital, produced and written by Mitch Creedle, and I'm the host of that show too. And I'm going to interview victims. I'm going to interview survivors. I'm going to interview the detectives, some of the lawyers that were on some of the most horrific cases in the nation's capital.
Wow.
So I have a lot in the works. And I'm also producing a show called NTIC. I can't say what it stands for yet, but that's going to be a hot show. And I'm working on a project with BET, and we start pre-production for that in 2018. And Spotlight over the city. So
All day.
I'm just balancing
Man.
everything out. My speaking engagements, my motivational
When do you
speaking.
rest, Dana? When do you get a chance to shut your eyes and lay down?
I know you and I shaking your head, BJ, because you don't rest either.
I don't think nobody gets sleep around here.
I know. I mean, I'm excited because, and I'm going to say I'm excited because for so long I did not have any business.
Yeah.
So to have all of this business, I feel like God is blessing me. At one time, I'm just rolling with the punches. I'm just going because it's like now or never. That's how I look at it.
I love it. They
I
say
manage
don't
it.
be mad at God for filling up your plate if you said you was hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What
He making
about-
sure you eat.
Right.
You
So
feel
what
me?
about you, Stan?
Man.
Enough about me. What about you?
I am so excited because I can't say the name yet, but I have hooked up with someone in Hollywood finally to get my book turned into a film. I had the screenplay some time ago, but it needed to be revamped. And so now I've gotten into a course to actually learn how to do it myself, but also get involved with producers that's already in Hollywood producing films. So that's one of the big things that's a big deal for me because I've been wanting this book, Blackbird Melly, The Transformation of a Gangster, to be a film for quite some time. Okay. And I was going to do it independent, but now I don't have to shoot it independent because we shopping into Hollywood. So
and you got that connect. You got that connect. Yeah, I know the connect. I won't say it, but you got that real connect.
I got
just
a real
put me
serious
in. Just
plug,
put me in
right?
it.
So basically, I got some people who believing in me that's going to actually make that happen
that's
for
all
me.
You need.
So it's all you need is the people. Like God is a people. I say I know somebody. He's the plug for everybody. So if you believe, then he can plug you to anything that you have. Like he'll make you be in that grocery store line talking on the phone about your production, and the producer that you need is standing next to you.
Yeah,
and you never known him, never seen him, don't know nothing about him, but he's the plug. You know what I mean? So that's how it's working. So that's one thing. My documentary that I've been kind of fooling around with for some time now is finally in its editing stages to where I can see that coming.
It's not
along.
a rush. You got to take your time.
Yeah,
Great things take time.
Somebody told me that, and they was like, "Why do you rush greatness?"
Yeah, you can't.
And that's what they said to me. Why do you rush greatness? And I was just like, good point. He said, if you have a good production, you can't make it happen overnight. That's what trash does, happen overnight. It's going to be trash. So if you want it to be solid, Stan, take your time. Exactly. They haven't seen it yet, so it's not like they missed it. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I was like, cool. Because I had to put it down for a while. Some family business going on, and I had to put it down for a while. Also, the book. It's a book. It's called Damaged Goods, Is It Me? And it's a book and a documentary. So
how can they purchase that now?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's in the editing stage,
okay,
and so I'm gonna chase the book with the documentary. Most people do the opposite. They put a book out, and then but most people are visual. So I just decided to do the opposite and put them out, sort of simultaneously. So that's another thing that I have going on, and my motivational speaking. A lot of people didn't even know I was a motivational speaker, but now I'm getting ready to start being involved with the prison ministry and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of more exciting to me than a lot of my other projects because I like that. Yeah. Yep. So that's heavy for me. And the other things I can't really get into right now because it's kind of like in the works. And I made a mistake before speaking prematurely on things that's in the works. And you can kind of mess yourself up, but
that's
I will
one of my
say,
favorite hashtags.
Stay tuned. There's a few other things that's going on that's real heavy that I'm really, really excited about. One is a reality show. I can speak on this one. It's called Making Bail. I'm gonna be filming a reality show. Shout out to Chris Jones out in Charlotte. I'm gonna be down there filming a reality show soon. So that's another thing, and the rest I'll leave. But Making Bail is going to be a serious project. Shout out to Cliff, too. He's got me on an HBO project over there with HBO. So I'm going to hopefully be doing some writing over there. Can't touch that any further, but in the next 3 to 4 months, hopefully I'll be a writer for HBO as well.
All right. I love hearing my people winning. Now we get Mr. Paige up here.
Yes.
And Mrs. Paige up here. And we just talking about, we're going to bring you up here for a few minutes,
or
too,
split screener.
Split screener
right
something.
There. So we're going to let her, she talk about she want to be behind the stage, behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to be
put the camera right
front.
there, Mika. Don't worry about it. You don't even have to move. Split screen.
So, are you finished, Dana? Because I know, are you
finished? We have the rest of this time. It's 7:19. We can get BJ in, and then we can have this hot topic.
That's right.
Last 10 minutes or so.
I'll go to my book trailer. You guys have seen it before, and if you're new to the show, maybe you have not. But this is an older book trailer. Actually, shout out to Rock Harris. Rakeem shot this about a billion years ago. What was it, like 4 years ago? I think we shot it, and he called me, and we was talking about doing the book trailer. He was in school in Charlotte, and he said, "You know what? We can do it right now." I said, let's do it.
A student.
We don't have no scripts. We ad-libbed the whole thing. We didn't have no set prep. We didn't have no producers.
Let's see it. Please show it. Just show it. So, he was a student, so that's great.
Yeah, so I loved the project because he was a student at the time. And so, like I said, shout out to Rock. And he stuck his neck out to make that happen for me in one day. And it turned out pretty good. So let's check out the trailer, and we'll be right back. Spotlight.
In 1990, Washington, D.C. saw more than 470 homicides, earning it the label murder capital of the U.S.
Shit, there you go right there. Hey, listen, when y'all pull over to the side, I'm going to go in here and rush this dude. When y'all see me rushing, y'all rush in about 30 seconds. Give me about 30 seconds and rush the door. He ain't gonna know what hit him. What's up with you, man? How you feel, Joe? Good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man. I gotta tell you about this meeting, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, all right, how'd that go?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to see. I went and talked to the Diamonds the other day, man. I don't know, man. It's been a little funny.
Yeah, man.
I can't really say,
Uh-huh.
but I got a funny feeling that these dudes are feeling that meeting, son.
Sure. You already know what it is. Wait for Black to get in there, give us the signal, run up in the joint, snatch this nigga up, get this bread, spaz out.
It's about time. Somebody keep calling here, hanging up. Ever since you've been gone, somebody just keep calling, hanging up. What's going on?
All right.
All right, thank you.
See you later, man.
All right, take care.
They ain't saying nothing?
No, we just keep hanging up. When you
How many times is that?
all day long. Every time you leave, all day long.
Man, fuck this. I'm going to Atlantic City. This is my birthday. I ain't shooting all this shit, man. What? They ain't say nothing?
Nothing at all. Just keep calling, hanging up. When you're in here, it doesn't ring. As soon as you leave, ring. Nobody's saying nothing.
Probably one of them damn females. You know how they do. Get this shit in. It's my 28th birthday.
Let's get it in. I'm
We
ready
closed,
to go.
man. Oh, man.
Excuse me, sir. We are closed.
Get down. Get down.
Fuck that shit. I ain't got no shit. Get up.
Where that shit at? I ain't got no shit. Get up.
Get there.
You know you fucking with. I don't give a fuck.
Just let me up.
Hey, Joe. Get this nigga this money, man. Else he gonna kill you.
I don't got no. I'm gonna take you to some money. Just let me up.
All right, get your ass up there. Come on.
Get me up,
Let's
man.
go.
Just get me up. I'm gonna take you to some money, man. It's tripping.
And we are back. Spotlight over the city, you guys. We have a special guest, Mr. BJ Paige, Boys the Bowties.
That's right.
In the building. He's been here once before, so he's accustomed to being on Spotlight, but he has plenty to talk about. So
yes,
let's get to
he does.
it.
BJ, thanks for coming. We truly appreciate you taking out time out of your busy schedule to be here.
Anytime.
So
Definitely.
First, I wanted to start out with, y'all know me. I have to speak my mind. I have to get stuff off my chest. So first of all, I want to start off by letting the viewers know that we are united. The people that you see right here, we are united. We don't let silly stuff break us down. We don't let hatred break us down. We don't let any of that break us down. So I'm saying that because I just want to tell y'all what happened. We've been promoting and pushing BJ right for days. He's coming on the show. So I'm sitting at home about 3 hours ago. My phone's going off. Bing, bing, bing. All of my posts are getting reported. Everything's getting reported with BJ's face on it. I can't even post. I can't even put WW Spotlight over the city live anymore because I can't even type certain things. Everything got deleted off his page. So we couldn't even promote for the last hour or so because somebody decided to knock everything off of our pages that was promoting BJ Paige, what he's doing or what he stands for. But just let me tell y'all, you're not doing anything but blocking your blessings. You're blocking your blessings because you can't stop this man. You can't stop this man. You can't stop us. What's meant for us is going to be for us. Remember that. You blocking your blessings. Fall back, concentrate on you, and you grind. Because we grinding over here, and we not stopping.
That's right, Dan.
So I just wanted to get that off my chest. And then I'm going to let the man of the hour introduce himself. Tell everybody watching who BJ Paige is.
Hello, man. First off, thank y'all for having me again.
Oh, no
This
problem.
is my second home, so expect me up here like once a month,
You
even if it's
already
a
know.
flyby.
Right.
You already know.
I'm gonna bring some milk and cookies next time.
That's right.
But my name is BJ Paige. I am running for Prince George's County Council for District 7, and we'll talk about what District 7 is in a few. I'm excited to be here. We are focusing on the community with the focus on the unity, keeping the respect, accountability, and the culture in District 7. And man, I'm excited. This is a new lane for me as far as the actual title, But I just told somebody this is the same lane in the actual work. So this just is an opportunity God has graced me with just growing and realizing that, yes, you can continue to be boots to the ground. Yes, you can continue to get the community together. But there's going to come a time where you need to cross over and start changing the community.
Exactly.
And that's where I am now. I'm excited.
And let me just say this. We talked about this over a year ago.
Yeah.
You told me that you were thinking about it. And I was like, BJ, you should do it. You can do it. I know you're the man. And BJ's like, I know I can do it. But, and look where you, I was so happy when you finally told me, D, I'm going to do it.
Thank you, Dana.
And then I asked Tamika, I said, is he really going to do it? She was like, yeah, he's going to do it. So this has been a long time coming. And I just know that you are the person that we need.
Thank you. Thank you. I told Stan, though, it's funny because I want to drill this in people's mind. It's we all one. We're doing this together, and it's not what I plan to do. I hear a lot of people that's running or plan to run. They say, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna plan to do this. I'm gonna try to do this. People don't want to hear that, man.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear what you're trying to do. What have you done? So I told Stan, this is not what I plan to do. This is what I will continue to do with the community support. So thanks.
Wow.
Yeah. And I love it. I know this gentleman is working hard in the community because right around my neighborhood, I noticed they had a flyer up one day and it was like Largo Liquors. And I was just like, what's going on over there? So I started grinding to it. But let me tell you what's funny about the situation. That same liquor store has showed me that same attitude.
Wow.
Right?
What happened? Tell us. We don't know. Tell us about it.
They're really rude, disrespectful. They don't have any respect for your dollar. They talk ratchet. This the video I saw was a young man actually had an altercation where they left him around the counter like goons and came from about counter and jumped this young man and had him on the ground. The police came out and arrested this young man.
No, it's actually, man, look, I'm gonna give it a quick synopsis.
I wasn't there.
So you can go to Change Prince George's on Facebook and look at the actual video. But the people that quote unquote arrested this young man after he, had the verbal confrontation and knocked over 8 Slim Jims, because that's what happened.
Yeah, I saw him smack the counter.
Yeah, he knocked over the Slim Jims, and that was wrong. But was it warranted? But what's next? They came around the counter. They beat him, and I literally mean beat him. These are punches. They choke slammed him, handcuffed him, and kept him against his will, which is really called kidnapping.
That's right.
And these weren't the police, though, Stan and Dana. These was the people that actually work in the store.
Are you serious?
They had handcuffs.
And guns.
Wow.
And guns.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's the short version. You can go to Change Prince George's to see the whole thing.
So I noticed that you were heavily involved with the process of it. I saw that you were leading the whole situation and uniting people. Of course, I wanted to be involved as soon as I saw it. I was like, because I identified with that. I said, they need to go. So I like what he's doing because this showing how hands-on in the community he is. So if you can expect more of the same from this young man, that can show you he's not trying to do it. He's not contemplating doing it. He's not saying he's going to try to do it. He's in the mix.
That's right. That's right.
And he's not scared to speak his mind. You have so many people that'll take a position, but we know they're puppets. They're going to only move and say certain things when somebody's back here. BJ's not going for that.
No,
and that's what I love. Exactly. That's what I love and respect about him. And we need our leaders to be that
Dana,
way.
you know what actually brought me to the conversation of politics? See, I used to go to the functions as a community leader. I used to get invited out. We want you to come out and speak on behalf of the youth or behalf of, honestly, inside the Beltway is the invite I was getting. And I was like, sure, I'll come. But I would start going, and I would be the one, excuse me, like I got a question, or excuse me, I want to say this. And I found myself now being at the table with these same political leaders as a community activist, you can say.
Right.
So as I learned, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of missing my mark because I'm giving them the tools and the ideas of how to change things right here in the community. And then they get to the table like Dana saying, and then they back off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do the same thing. Now I'm at the table and I ain't backing off.
Right. That's right. Exactly.
And see, so that's what we need. We need real leadership, not leadership that's puppets, not paid for leadership. We need real strong leadership. That's why I respect you so much. Like the first time I met you, I saw the energy was good.
Thank you, bro.
And then you was headed to where I was headed when you was talking about going to see the homie, Eric Thomas. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm going to see you tomorrow. So this is how it went. And so it was just a perfect thing. So you can see, you can tell a person's character offset more so than here. This is a show. But when you step off the set and he still has the same zeal, then you know it's real. It's not a show. This man's
same
real.
Enthusiasm,
it's
everything.
The same thing.
It's from the heart.
Wow, that meant a lot, bro.
It's the
That touched me a little bit, like really.
It
did,
you can't be
bro.
crying on here.
I ain't crying.
Are you in District 7? Is that
Yes.
why you are? Have you always been there?
I've been in Prince George's County since 1990. I've been in District 7 probably 13 of those years. Because you got to think, speaking, perfect segue. Let's talk about what District 7 is so people know. Exactly. If you're familiar with Prince George's County, this the dime dropper right here. So if I see any other people, elected officials trying to use this line, I said it first right here.
That's right.
On Spotlight.
I can pull the link up. It's the P12. It's the bus line for the P12. From Temple Hills, straight down Silver Hill Road, if you think about it. So you got Temple Hills, Hillcrest Heights, Suitland, Capitol Heights, District Heights, a little bit of Walker Mill, a little bit of District Heights, then Seat Pleasant and Fairmount. So it's literally the P12. 7. All of that's District 7. And if I wasn't living in District 7, everything I've done was in District 7. If you look back to Boys to Bowties and everywhere we touch from the existence, it's been in District 7. If you look at all of the people that I represent on a daily basis when I go to these functions and speak to the political leaders, it's from District 7's perspective. If you look at what I'm trying to build and where I'm trying to get the youth and the public safety and the mental health to be looked at and housing and jobs, all the stuff that I perfect on a daily basis are driven from District 7.
Gotcha.
So that's me. I'm happy.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this quick. Oh, that's so cute. No, somebody's over here. She doesn't want to get on the camera. She's blowing kisses. That's your support system. I love it.
That's the
love
boss.
It.
It's not like a good support
I know that's right. So let me ask you this. Were you nervous about running? Like, how was it to run against other people? Is it a lot of cattiness? I'm saying that because, like, I can only imagine how it is with women. How is it running against men?
Because we know men can be catty as well.
Hey, Stan, she asked a great question. Not only can they be catty, they can be borderline disrespectful. But to answer your question, was I scared or afraid or nervous? No. And here's why. This gonna be where it's gonna cut a couple people right in the throat. Everything that I've ever done, I've told from the beginning. I'm gonna say that again so you don't even have to rewind it. You don't gotta pull the thing back to rewind it. Everything I've ever done, I've said at the beginning. Most of the people that's thinking about running or in the race to run for District 7, I'm not talking about no other district, are hiding behind things that they've done.
Right.
They're afraid to show, to expose what they've done. And I don't. I build off of that. I wouldn't be where I am today to represent some of the same people within my district if I didn't say everything that I've done open-heartedly, like this is me. It's no filter.
No filter at all. Okay. Stan, you have any questions? Because I got like 3 more. My next 2 are going to be going.
Keep going.
Okay, so.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. So, going from your nonprofit organization, Boys to Bowties, are you still going to be doing the same thing or going as hard for Boys to Bowties? Or are you going to like put that to the back burner, or will it like be united?
Well, first tell them what Boys to Bowties is.
Boys to Bowties is great. They know what Boys to Bowties is, right? Boys to Bowties is a nonprofit mental organization that's based but not limited in Prince George's County and Washington, D.C. And to answer that, it will forever be Boys to Bowties. That's my baby. Will they be together? No. That's against ethics. I couldn't combine any of that. But what will happen is when I get elected, I would then have to hire somebody as a president role to actually take over and run the everyday operations of Boys to Bowties. It will probably get completely drawn away from me, so it wouldn't ever be a question of if my authority was in place.
Gotcha.
Great question.
So what do you need from the people of the community? I told you I have some questions.
Let's go, Dana.
What do you need from the people of the community to help this campaign?
Let me drop these quick stats. So inside District 7, last election, 7,746 people voted. Like, that sounds like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Current totals 1. with 68% of her votes. So she had 5,273 votes. The closest person to her had like 1,100, 1,200 votes. All right. If the entire district itself is about 60,000 people. That's so straight from the census. That's not a lot of votes. But that 60,000 is the kids as well. So just take 20,000 off of that for kids. It's 40,000 people in District 7, and registered voters only came out at 7,700. So I need y'all to come out and vote. If you're not registered to vote, we have plenty of political action committees that specifically just do voter registration. We're going to be all over District 7 making sure that everybody get registered to vote. But I won't down anybody that has not voted, because the few people close to me that I asked, like, did you vote for the primaries last time? They said nah. So I'm digging deep now because these are the people I know. I'm like, why? Why you ain't do this? Why? And they was like, I ain't had nobody to vote for. So right now I'm giving all y'all somebody to vote for, somebody that's going to be there for you, somebody that's genuine, somebody you can trust. More importantly, somebody that's been there to be able to know how to change for the better of District 7. And you'll have a direct V line right here.
This man loves his district.
Oh man, no question.
I know that because when you were on here before, we had Tricky Inc. on.
Yeah.
And we were talking DMV. And you said, I hate that term. I remembered it. And then you said, PG County. PG County. PG County. You kept screaming that over everything, right? And I said, this man love PG County. But you have to be that in order to be that. You have to have a genuine love for the people and a commitment in order to be sincere about your job. So I remembered it because now you back and I didn't know you were going to be running.
At the time, I wasn't sure.
Didn't know.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But there's one more piece that I need, and I know we here to talk about a lot of stuff, and time is the essence. But I gotta drop this.
No. Rush it, we got time.
So the people that's been in place the last 4 elections, and elections are every 4 years. 2018, June 26th next year is election day. But every 4 years is election. They have a lot of money, y'all. They have a lot of money. In saying that, this is my first run in politics. And I would not be a politician, FYI. I would be an elected official. But this is my first run in politics. And we need money. So I was trying to think. I was sitting with a strategist, and he was like, you know what? You got everything to win, except for one thing. And I'm waiting, like, all right, what I'm missing? I'm thinking something small, right, Stan? He said, you ain't got the money. So I'm like, how much I need? And he gave me a vicious number. Like, you probably need about 120. I said, 120 what? But watch this breakdown. So think about mail. The little mailers that come that y'all get in the mail with the face and the smile and all the information. Those normally run about 50 cents total. All right. So say I only concentrated on the 7,000 voters. All right. Just say that. That's a heavy number.
Just in the flyer.
Yeah. Well, just say 6,000 to make it easy math. That's 3,000 for one mailer. $3,000 for one of my mailers to go out. Obviously, I don't want them to go out every day. I don't even want them to go out every week at this time. But as we get close, I need everybody in the district to have this. So we got to build some serious money. And that's just talking about the mailers. That's not talking about, going out to knock on doors with, pamphlets and information. That's not talking, have people help with the campaign as far as, calling people. Because I'm calling both of y'all to help me.
That's right.
You all right.
All right, just checking. Yeah, but so we need some money. That's what we need.
Gotcha. So you need. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sam.
No, go ahead.
So you need money. So are you looking to put right now? Is it maybe I'm moving too fast? Are you setting up like events, campaign events to bring money in? Have you already started that, or is that in process?
No, we have. And just for those who may be like, "Dag, what's the hold up?" We just announced Monday, October 23rd, on my birthday.
Okay, happy belated.
Yeah, thank you. But we do have some campaign drops coming real soon. Okay. But it's deeper than that. You can do it without the campaign. If I can get a quarter of the people in the district to do $25 a month, we'd be all right.
Right, gotcha.
We'd be all right.
So what you really need, you need some people to help get the word out in District 7, because I'm sure
they don't even have to live in District 7 to donate to the campaign.
Right.
My buddy in Cali, like, man, I'm gonna send you a quick 500.
Well, you already know I'm a
I definitely. So what could we do to help get it out as far as voter registration, getting people to be more aware of voting, where to vote.
Great question. If you are a Prince George's County resident, you can go right in Largo to the Board of Elections and not only make sure you're registered to vote, but make sure that you're registered to register people to vote. I'm building a team right now of I'm trying to get it to like 30 or 40 people who just, are registered. So it only take about 10 minutes. You don't need an appointment or nothing. Just pull up over there off McCormick. What's that? Mercantile. Go right to Mercantile, Board of Elections, and you say, bam, I just want to be a register to register people to vote. They get you in and out of there in 15 minutes. I promise you.
So that gives you the ability to register other people.
Everywhere you go, you can register somebody to vote.
Gotcha.
That's the name of the game.
So, BJ, let me ask you a question. What would you say sets you apart from the candidates that you run it against? Why should people vote for you? What's so special about BJ Paige?
What I would say to that, and I'm just going to say what separates me from the people that's running, because I was about to take that to a whole nother level.
Right.
Separates me from the people that run it is I actually mean what I say. No disrespect to them. I've watched their campaign. I realize what they're pushing, but they're not showing no action about it. You can't wait till you get in office to say what you're going to do.
Right, exactly.
You can't say you're about the community, you're about the elders, you're about the youth, you're about jobs, and not one time are you doing it. If you ask me what I do full time, I work for Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation as a youth career consultant. Actually, apologize, I just got a raise. I'm a youth business consultant. So my job has changed from showing you how to get a job to actually placing you in jobs now.
Oh, okay. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. So you can't say what you're going to do. That's what separates me. I'm not dropping no names because I don't want to be the dude to do that. But every person that's now saying that they running got a list of what they're going to do and ain't done now one of them yet.
Right, they planning on it.
Man, oh man, that reminds me. That reminds me of the video that I just put up last week when I was speaking to Delaware. That's what I said to the ladies, and you're saying the same thing, but you're just saying this to people on a whole. What I said to them is, you can't be that woman to other women if you don't walk what you talk.
That's
you
right.
can't.
Right.
You can't tell me to do this and do that, but I don't look at you and see you doing that. That's exactly what you said, and I love that because that's how it should be in real life. You want a leader that's going to lead you because they walk what they talk, and I respect that so much.
We want what you said, an elected official and not a politician.
That's right.
You get politicians all the time, and they say what you want to hear because that's what gets you to vote for them, and they have no intentions on doing nothing.
That's right. That's right. And I want to say that everywhere I go to those things. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
When we get elected as a community, we're going to be elected officials. That's the separation of Dana. That's the real answer to your question. People in Prince George's County kill me, man.
Why?
I'm a politician.
I'm like, why?
I'm a politician. Politicians sit on Capitol Hill. They lobby in Capitol Hill.
What'd you say? They lie on Capitol Hill?
They lobby.
Oh, lobby.
He said they lie on Capitol Hill.
I ain't know what was going on.
But,
okay, I'm back.
Right.
Elected officials are what we are once we get in office. Don't ever forget that, and I won't.
Yeah.
BJ, is it any elected officials right now that you're tied to or you're close to that are pushing you, promoting you on your team?
It is, but because of how that game is really presented to its ethics. They got a thing called board of ethics. You got to go through ethics to make sure that you are qualified to run. And because of how ethics is built, I can't say it until we officially do it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But once we officially do it, you can pay attention. If you follow me on Facebook, you will see who I rock with and who I don't rock with.
Right.
But as far as saying it, next month I'll be here to say it.
Okay, that sounds good. You'll be able to say more, right?
To come back because we want to. The closer you get, to election time, we got to push. And we want to make a campaign platform so we can get.
Man, bless you, man. That means a lot. That means a lot.
But I told you before
definitely.
we came to.
I know you meant it. And what I said, all right, I'm gonna let you know.
And you back. And you back. I appreciate you though.
Yeah, man.
So anything else you need to tell the people as far as
anything you want to get out?
Yeah.
Get it
out. Please, because I'm pushing my campaign a little different. Please share, follow, everything. Vote for BJ Paige. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, even .com. vote for BJ Paige. That's how we gonna kill him. They can't even relate to us for real on how we gonna push our campaign versus how we've been taught by the wrong people for the last 20 years. How you gonna say this how you run? Hold on. Speaking of, I got so many people that try to tell me this how you gonna run a campaign. This how you gonna run a campaign. You ain't never won a campaign.
Right.
Don't you?
That's the
I just had to shut up. I was getting ready to start running my mouth.
I'm gonna tell you, that's the best advice I ever got in my life. Someone told me a long time ago, don't follow a path of a person that hasn't done what you trying to do. If you talking to a person that haven't done it, they be the main ones too, though, by the way. But if they haven't done it, how they gonna tell you how to do it?
That's right. That's right. But I always tell them, though, I'm never disrespectful. So I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna hear you out. But watch us work.
Yeah.
And on a flip side, it could be somebody that has done it. And just because they did it a certain way does not mean that that's going to work for you. Or it doesn't mean that you can't put your twist to it and do it your own way.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I talked to my buddy yesterday, and I could say his name because it ain't nothing to do with politics. Shout out to Marcus Bullock, man, with Flick Shop. Y'all need to meet Marcus, too.
Yeah.
But I talked to Marcus yesterday, and he was like, bruh, I hear you. You got a vicious campaign. You got some good people with you. You got a nice knowledge base of knowing what you got to do, but run your campaign. Like, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Get the people behind you. Get them registered to vote. Get them to give you $10, $20 a month. You will win. So I got to make sure that everybody understands that. You know, if we do this together as a group, we all won.
Well, you know what? Spotlight Over the City is definitely going to push that with you. We're going to push it from now until
June 26th.
You're in the office.
June 26th. We need you guys to go out.
That. Yes, we definitely are. We're going to celebrate that.
I'm super proud of you, man. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of, you're going to take some hits. You're going to have some naysayers. You're going to have some doubters. You're going to have a lot of other stuff that goes on to pull on you. But keep pushing.
They start now, Stan. We saw what we saw today.
Yep. It's funny. It's funny. We laughing because when people do those kind of things or when those things occur, then what you know is you're doing something good.
Yeah,
you're headed the right direction. Yep. See, you're headed the right direction.
That's right.
Definitely.
You know what we could do, though?
What's that?
Since they did do all that, I challenge everybody listening to this now to just share this. You ain't even got, if you just share this over and over and over and over and over again, people will see it even if they can't block it. They can't block that shit.
Yeah,
you can't.
And we're definitely gonna put it out. So we'll have it. We'll have the footage to put out, so we can all just keep sharing it and sharing it. And like I said again, to everybody watching, you can't stop what God has already planned. You can't stop it, and
it's
you
a waste
cannot
of
stop
energy.
this man.
So if you have that much hate to go and try to whatever you're trying to do, if you just put that energy into what you're doing, then you might could come out on top.
No question.
You could.
No question.
Not in this case, but
you might could.
In some cases, but yeah, we thank you for coming on. We want you to finish. We don't have time for our topic today.
Dang,
so we ran out of time, so we can go ahead and stretch it out. BJ, if anything else you wanted to talk about,
you know I sit
we
up
don't
here
have
all
time
day
to
and
do
talk. I'm gonna say, please shoot emails to info@voteforbjpage.com. Phone number is 301-388-6519. And just remember, I'm gonna continue to do what I've been doing. It ain't nothing new, and I'm thinking about.
What's this right here?
That's from the other day.
That was Monday.
That's the squad. Squad up.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, guys. I thought y'all was doing something.
Speaking of, look, so I'm gonna say something. Somebody told me that I should voice this because I was like, I'm not voicing stuff like that, but it's the truth. So I'm gonna say, man, my team is full of some powerful people, a lot of business owners, a lot of influential people, but even deeper than that, it's built with some powerful ladies. Some powerful black women that either lives in District 7, have businesses in District 7, or have some heavy influence in District 7. So shout out to my entire squad, but even more shout out to all of my ladies that's definitely helping us push this campaign.
I love it. You seem to have a lot of help. We're going to get you some more help. So if anything I can do, like I said, unite some more community people and leaders and stuff.
Let's do a voter registration here.
Of course we can. We can do whatever you need to do here. We definitely can do that.
And that's that. But you know what, Dana? See, the voter registration is definitely based to be for me, but it's really for the people that need to be registered to vote.
Right. Of
course.
Know,
especially if you live in Maryland. New law was passed, man. Don't worry about if you think that you can't vote because of your background. Give me a call or email. 9 times out of 10, you are.
I was gonna say that I didn't know if this was the platform because in certain states, as a felon, you can vote.
Yep.
Even as a felon.
Yep.
I don't know if it's the nature of the felony. I'm not educated on it. But
it is. That's why I said just give me a holler. We can talk one-on-one. And that's another thing you're gonna gain if we get in office. I'm forever gonna be that dude that you can talk to. If I'm too busy, I'm too busy. But the second that I'm not busy, we can talk. I'm never gonna shoot you to my front desk person. I'm never gonna shoot you to my assistant. I'm going to say, all right, leave your information, and as soon as time permits itself, we can talk. We can rap.
Right. See, and it's so funny because I know the youth that are out here, if they can just hear you, so many of them don't even know who BJ Paige is yet. If these young people in District 7 have a spot where they could come out to, so we're going to have to get something together that's going to bring them out, that's going to interest their minds. But if they can hear you, if they can stand in front and hear BJ Paige speak, those youngins would be on board, and you look like them. I mean, it's more
identifiable, relatable.
More young people. If somebody's standing up there with a suit and tie, and nothing against suit and ties, because you wear suit and ties a lot. But if you're standing up there and you have somebody that looks like you're dressed regular. Just say you don't have on a suit and tie, and somebody else with a suit and tie that looks like they don't know anything about what's really going on in the street.
Connection.
Yeah, no connection. These young people are really going to gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, and if they do, watch this. This would I remember me and my wife was talking about this. Shout out to my wife. I love you. She right there too.
Right. We've been trying to get her on there. She's like, no,
over there
right.
Too,
we talked about this, right? If you really think about it, we gonna win this first term, right? That's 4 years. We gonna do good. We gonna win the second term. That's 4 years. So that's 8 years. Them same kids we talking about if they come out to vote. Watch how this spin. You only get 2 terms as a county council for a district.
How long is the terms?
4 years.
4 year term.
4 years. Okay.
But watch this. They just passed that now we have an at-large seat. So you can do the at-large for 2 terms. So potentially, if we get in office,
when we get in
office, 100% right. Yeah. If was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Yep. So we doing positive. No
When
ifs.
we get in office, this 16 years of all of our lives right here changing from District 7, Prince George's County. That's crazy if you think about it now. That's crazy. Shout out to Shout out to my campaign chair, Tasha. My campaign treasurer, Sharon. Hey, Daddy.
Wait.
Don't go nowhere. Because without them two being in position, it's no way possible that we can be running this campaign like we run.
Oh, shout out to them. Team is everything. Teamwork makes the dream
But
work.
it's not like a strong team. Everybody needs that. So once again, give out your information. We got to wrap it up in a few. So give out all your information, your pages, where they can follow. Make sure they can get on there and see what you're doing in the community so they can be a part of it.
First off, shout out to Spotlight Over the City for allowing me to be here again.
No problem.
So thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You here whenever you need to be here.
Everything, all outlets, that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, is at Vote for BJ Paige. The website is www.voteforbjpage.com. And remember, we all one. We doing this together. We in here and we gonna win.
That's right. We appreciate you for being on the show, BJ. Tamika, it was always great to see you, and
Come on, flash that camera on Tamika.
Even though we didn't
get over there on the camera.
No, I'm behind the scenes. I just have his back. Let him do him.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see y'all, and you just know that we are down with y'all. Whatever you need us to do to be a part of it, y'all already know. We're a family, but we are a family with Spotlight Over the City.
Gotta get the people what they want.
Yeah, think about whatever y'all need us to do, and let us know.
Get the people what they want.
So make sure you guys go and hit his page up. Make sure you stay tuned into this gentleman because he is for the people and he's doing some amazing things. So make sure you guys tune in and hit him up.
That's right.
And before we go, we know it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I didn't do a show on breast cancer awareness. We did do domestic violence for whatever reasons the same month. But we didn't do cancer awareness. So I'm going to shout out everybody that's going through it. Hold your head. Prayers are with you guys. Cancer is a really serious situation that's plaguing us in this community today. All the communities, everybody's community is being affected. Is colorblind. So again, Ryan Rue, my prayers are with you, and RIP to your mom.
Rest in peace to his mom.
Sorry to hear about your situation. Heard it on the way to the show, so I will be talking to you. So on that note, you guys, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Spotlight Over
Every
the
Thursday,
City.
7 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in. Spotlight Over the City. Love hard, live good. God first. Spotlight.